I don't give a fuck about shit, they still say I'm talented. Ain't take nothing, I fuck that bitch, it wasn't even challenging. And I need that SRT 2-seater Challenger. And I've been soul searching, constantly trying to find a balance. It seems like it's so often niggas turn their back on family. This shit so awful, man, I really cannot stand it. At my in-house studio, man, I be jamming. I put rings on that bitch, just call me Captain Planet. Poolside got bitches splishing, splashing all day. When I step outside, know I'm drifting fashion. I'm just trying to find out where the fuck the hoes at. You just trying to find out where I got my jacket. Brand new black and white kicks, these not spats. He keep talking shit, my little nigga handle that. And we don't do no beef on the internet. He keep talking shit until we lay him flat. Imagine that, I'm getting to the bag. Imagine that, these little niggas mad. Imagine that, that's so sad. Imagine that, I'ma count my cash. Imagine that, 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 imagine that. I don't drink magic at, I don't drive Cadillac. I'm in that foreign thing with a bad bitch in the back. My niggas act like they from Iraq. If you go that way, no coming back. Been ballin' like I'm a running back. I can teach you how to stunt, that's a fact. My bitch say I'm something else, cause I always give them hell. I just popped up B12, must be why I feel myself. I don't check my email unless it's from my therapist. If you found out how much money I made last year, you'd be very pissed. Smoking green asparagus, doing my thing apparently. I act very arrogant and I ain't got no apology. If you got a problem with me, we can squab it a beat. No, I'm not gon' squash it, bitch, you started with me. Whole lot of niggas talk shit, but they can't stop me. Nobody fuck with your music, cause that shit awful. Lil' bitch, that's my dick, you need to hop off of. You gon' end up missing like Jimmy Alpha. Imagine that, I'm getting to the bag. Imagine that, these little niggas mad. Imagine that, that's so sad. Imagine that, I'ma count my cash. Imagine that, 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 imagine that.